Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we will do a quick overview of Microsoft Access. Those who don't know, Microsoft Access is used for creating DBMS, Database Management System. So without wasting any time, let's get right into it. So first of all, we will start by creating a blank database. So as you can see at the right corner, we have option to create a database. So we will just name the database as toy shop, as we will be creating a database for our toy shop. And I'll click on the create button. So as you can see, now we have successfully created our database. Okay, so basically there are four main components that are used in Microsoft Access. The first one is table, which is the main database of where we will have the data of our orders and etc. Second is queries. Queries is used to add data, filter data, sort data from the tables, from the database, from the main database. Next, forms is used for, it is basically a data entry tool which would make a good user experience to add the data. And the last is report. Report is used just to represent the data that is available in the database. It would create a very good visualization of the data. So we will start off with the tables. I have already created a data of our toy shop which contains these fields: customer name, order ID, total cost, order date, order status, and that is a blank. Okay, so the columns in Microsoft Access are known as fields, and the rows in Microsoft Access are known as records. So as you can see right over here, we can rename this field by just double clicking on it, and then we can just rename it. And if we just want to add different data types into it, we can just click on the arrow button and we have number of data types. First one is text, number, currency, data and time, and yes or no if you want to add order status, and rich text, and memo and attachment also. So as you can see in the ID field, it automatically increments when we create a new row record every time. We can also integrate both of the different fields together. For example, if you want to add the revenue of from the total cost, we can add by clicking on the arrow button, and then we will click on calculated field, and then we'll click on numbers. And now here we can add, for example, I would add total cost, and then we don't have any other option to which we can divide. Okay, so we will just, for the sake of this video, I'll divide just it by the ID number. And if I click on OK button, we can see that it automatically adds the value right over here, which would just make our database a bit automated. Yes, so that's the basics of the table of the database we should know. One more thing, if we want to add the date, we will just click on this date and time button, and then if we click on this, we will have this calendar option right over here. If we click on this, we can easily add the date from this calendar. Yes, so moving on to queries. Queries is basically used to, I've already explained, to add, sort, filter data from the main database. So as you can see in query, we have customer ID, order ID, total cost, and order date. Means we filtered out customer ID, order ID, total cost, and order date from the main database, and we didn't access the part which was not useful for us. As you can see, we didn't added ID and order status into this query. So that is the main function of it. To make a query, to create a query, we use a language called SQL. structured query language. This is not a complex language, but it is used to create more functions into our database. That is the main use of it. We can access it through the bottom right corner. If we click on SQL view, that is a simple code of extracting the data from the main database. Okay, so moving on to forms. Forms, I've already explained, it is used to just create a good user experience for data entry. If we click on this, we can see that there is a visualization, a UI which can be used to enter data. For example, if I just add my name Hamza and add a order ID and add $50, and if I just click enter on it, we can see over here that the order has been updated right over here. The customer name has been updated to Hamza, order ID is also updated, and the total cost is also updated. So that is a best tool for data entry if you want to do data entry in your main database. So that is the main function of form. At the end of this video, I will explain you how we can create these tables, queries, forms, and report. So moving on to the last option, which is report. If I click on this last button, you can see that our report has been generated right over here, which gives us the data of the date when we created it and the time when we updated it, and even it also gives us the total cost which was in our order. So that is a quite good representation of the data. So moving on to the last part of this video, which is to explain you how we can create this. So to create a table, we can just click on this create button, create tab, and then click on this table button. So you can see that a new table has been created. And then if you want to create a query, we can again go to create tab and click on this query design, which will create a query right over here. And if I click on SQL view, we can write the code of SQL right over here. And if we want to create a form, again we have to go on create tab and click on form option. And if you want to generate a report, we can again go to create tab and click on report button, which would create a report for us. Yes, so that's it for today's video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.